do you know, I hate to think what Craig Charles is going to make of this. After years lost in the mists of space, BBC Two's highest-rated show ever, it's Red Dwarf, it's back with the original cast. Please welcome Corrie star Craig Charles. Let's ask the questions that count.
I'm stood out back there, listening to four women talking about condoms. I'm thinking maybe this show's not right for me. The chap's actually forcing me onto the set. We used to go condom fish in our local canal. There were never any fish in it. One time I caught a 2-pound black rib nobbler.
Yeah, but was it own brand?
Well, I mean, I might as well. Do you do the supermarket shopping? Do you care about what's in your trolley?
I don't really, but my wife kind of does most of the shopping. But
your body language said it all.
I don't know the answer to this question.
She's got a very expensive taste, my wife. So she goes to really fancy supermarkets. My dad was the best though. He used to get 12 tins of baked beans, white label baked beans for £1.
Whoa! Wow!
12 tins of white label baked beans.
The same.
Well, then he'd get like a tomato puree or something like that, and he'd mix it in.
Cheese beanos. Let's see a lovely cheese beano with your cheese on top.
Your dad was a good cook, so he could take the cheap stuff and
West
make it
Indian food is when he used to cook the West Indian food. Why? Me can't keep up with it.
And all that.
Jerk chicken, curry goat and rice and ting. Yeah. Me not really drinking. Me just wet my lips and ting, you know.
Now, talking of harping back to the past, Red Dwarf is coming back.
I know.
I've been seeing... The posters are up everywhere, obviously, around London, on billboards.
Billboards everywhere, all over
What's the gap between the series, Craig?
Oh, it's too... The last one was 1998. Came out in 1999.
1998?
Yeah.
Didn't you start in 1988?
We started in 1987, 1988, yeah. And then we finished it in 1999. The last one came out. So now this is a whole new thing.
How come you never hear of things coming back after such a gap, do you?
Well, I mean, we were never really cancelled. What we were trying to do was make a movie, and every time we'd raise the money, thought we'd raise the money to make the movie, then it'd all fall through. So it all just carried on like that.
So you've got a brand new audience coming to you now.
Well,
the children of the people that watched it before.
That's it. I've got my 15-year-old daughter came to all the recordings, and she
loved
absolutely loved it. All her friends love it. My 9-year-old loves it. I mean, it's like...
Is it the same characters?
Same characters, same cast, same
Aren't you the only human left, though?
I'm still the last human, and now I'm a bit of a grumpy old man in space. Because we are definitely a bit older now, you know.
Oh, well, do you know, let's test that. Let's take a look.
Look, we've got to get a battle plan. Astronav, space school stuff. Rimmer, is that something you could handle? Why me? Because you're into military strategy. If it was a curry-eating competition to the death, it'd be me. If it was a towel-folding competition to the death... Oh, that would be me!
I'd win that one, sir. And what kind of competition to the death would it have to be before you chose me?
So, moving on.
Well, if you actually go back and look at the early series, we definitely have changed.
Oh,
but
I was a huge Red Dwarf fan. I used to really, really love it. And I remember once seeing Chris Barry walking down the street nearly falling over. Just because, that's the guy for Red Dwarf.
Well, I was like that when I first worked with him, because he was doing a Saturday Night Live and stuff like that, with all the impressions and that.
Margaret Thatcher, didn't he? He was brilliant, Margaret Thatcher.
And everyone, Ronald Reagan, Brian Clough, all these brilliant impressions. I was just a massive fan of his. So the first day on set, I was like, it's Chris Barry, it's Chris Barry.
You'd never acted, had you?
No, acted before. How did that happen then?
Well, I started out as a poet, and I was doing a thing called Saturday Night Live. There was me and Ben Elton and Fry and Laurie and Harry Enfield, and we all did this thing called Saturday Night Live. And the producer was a chap called Paul Jackson. He was leaving the series to go and do this thing called Red Dwarf. And I said, let's have a look at the script. And it'd already been cast, so I said, can I read for this? Can I read for this? And he was going, no, it's already been cast. And so he eventually relented, let me read for it, and they went, you are Dave Listener? So
wow.
I don't know what they meant, like, because he's a space bum, you know. Who loves curry and doesn't wash, you know.
So who Whose career did you wreck by getting the part?
Oh, well, this is the funny point. No, this is the funny point. It was originally cast with Fred Molina and Alan Rickman. Really? No, I don't think they've done too badly, have they?
Now, we're talking about long-running series, Corrie. How long have you been in Corrie now?
It's 7 years now.
No way.
It's like a blink of an eye.
7?
I came
7
in 2004, 2005.
Ah, and you had the most fantastic relationship with Simon Gregson, who plays Steve MacDonald, who we all love.
Yeah, we're actually great mates as well.
Oh,
you know.
yeah.
We live round the corner, not far
Well,
from
you
here
were
either.
his best man, weren't you?
Yeah, I was his best man at
Fab
his
wedding
wedding.
that I can't remember.
But you've now...
I don't remember much either.
You've now got a backstory, haven't you, for the first time, really?
Yeah, well, what's happened is I bump into an old girlfriend of mine who we had a fling like 30 years ago, and she's been a bit weird with me, and I get a bit worried about that. And it turns out that she had a daughter by me all those years ago and never told me, and brought the daughter up with my friend and I didn't know anything about it, so that's...
And how old is the daughter?
28. And I don't look old enough, come on.
Well, that was obviously aired a few nights ago. So are they going to obviously expand on that? And you're going to try and get into their lives?
Yeah, the story the space saga continuums, as it were. Yeah, the story goes on, and it's got to be like a real roller coaster as well.
It feels fantastic when you've been in something 7 years and they're still digging deep to give you a whole backstory, new stuff.
Well, I think the audience have really relate to Lloyd and the character I play, and in the street he's very much like the conscience of the street as well. You know, everyone comes to him with their problems and all that. And he's kind of basically a really nice guy.
And you still love playing him.
Oh, I love playing him. Yeah, it's like
Will he make a
it's
good
not like
dad,
work.
though?
Pardon?
Will he make a good dad?
Well, we'll have to find out.
Yeah,
Well, I think so, though.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think Lloyd's a better dad than me. Talking about this, you know, this 15-year-old girl.
Yeah.
I went to Rome. Miriam Margolis, right, is in the green room there. She was on a flight with me from Rome on Sunday, right.
Coincidentally?
My bags never arrived with my mobile phone in, so I've had to lend my daughter's mobile phone, right. And I was reading that on the train, and I thought. And then I started going through her mobile phone.
Oh, Craig.
There's so much... She knows about 10,000 people for a start. And, like, none of the names I know. So I'm going to have to have a word with it.
She knows you've gone through a phone. Oh.
It was there like that. No wonder she didn't want to lend me it this morning.
Well, Craig, best of luck with Red Dwarf. It's on Thursdays from the 4th of October, and it's on Dave and, of course, Corrie on every night on ITV. Lovely to see you. Craig
Thanks
Charles.
very much.